All right, and this last one I want to talk about was another thread on e-cigarette forum. This guy asks, what can I make with these e-liquids or with these liquids? So he bought a bunch of different concentrates, and he feels like he wasted his money on them because he's made several batches, and to him they all tasted pretty terrible. So then he asked the community, what can I make? And he listed out all of the concentrates that he's purchased. So the best response I found here was this person said, you're not alone in feeling that way. It happens frequently if someone doesn't find the few recipes they like first and then order their flavorings. And I hear about that a lot too. People just go into it buying flavors that sound good, not realizing that you actually should have a recipe. And then he mentions here that the problem with that is that making recipes often calls for a variety of flavoring types, not just main or primary flavorings. And based on this list that this guy provided, he purchased pretty much all primary flavors. And I think he makes a really good point here at the end of his post where he says that no one really makes like really great e-liquids as soon as they start. It takes trial and error, adjusting recipes, test vaping, making small changes to the recipes, and so on. But if you use some of the tried and true methods that are already out there online, you'll eventually end up making some really good e-liquids. And I absolutely agree with that. My first couple of DIY recipes, they actually weren't too bad because I did follow a recipe, but I changed it up a little bit and used max VG, which the recipe didn't call for, and my flavors came out very, very muted. And it turns out that the concentrates that I had purchased don't tend to mix well with VG. They mix better with PG, or at least lower VG ratios. So that's something that I learned, and it's just a learning process.